always trying his best. Top of the pole, me and my bros. When the story gets told, it's gonna be BMF. Down hard, it wasn't made easy. You can't live twice. Thank God I'm breathing. We gotta go now. One life, live it right now. One life, live it in. That's life. For times, for life, for now, my eyes. Thank God I breathe tonight. Still no pressure. Thank God I breathe. Cause I speak is what they need. I tell no lies. I'm still up top and still can't drop what they not. Yeah. Last day was filled with slaps. I guess gotta run it back. Didn't like the way that went down. After it was, I admitted it turned to a beast. This that right here that get me going. After I put me a way that we killing the critics and killing the hate. Might gotta talk to a priest. The way we evolved and knock down walls, it's outrageous. My quarterback calls, I don't like 12 except Tom Brady. Can short my stock, I still stack tall, you still can't trade me. Storms are minor, but you know she living major. When you flying up this, ain't no cables. Don't live what happened in Vegas and stay in Vegas. Morning time, we check the news, we made the papers.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Daniil Hunter with the stop. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face 3rd and a yard. Good work on the ground. He's got it. First down. Up at about the 42.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Now this time they'll look to throw. This throw right side is caught by Hill.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Now they'll set up to throw. Gonna get that complete. Jacoby Myers. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Chicago. And they'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. They get 15 on that game. First down, Chicago.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Working from the shotgun. He'll hand this one off. And he'll get about 5. He'll look to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And now it's 4th down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive will start on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Chicago.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That's hard! And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Dragons. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll begin here on the ground. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. That's down the field and intercepted. And the Dragons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he will score. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
On the quick, right?
Up the middle they go. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. So we are through one on Sunday Night Football. What will the second quarter have in store? More from Houston coming up in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here we go.
On play action, Stroud. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing is Stroud. Under pressure, he's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a 2nd consecutive time.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Jacorian Bennett.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a give on the ground. And this will be good enough for a 1st down as he gets up past the 25.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now a handoff, running right. And some good running there. That's a 1st down up to the 43.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
He'll drop to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Back to the air once more on second down. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Dragons. And a special moment as the rookie catches his first NFL touchdown.
And the more they can develop this young tight end, Mike, it just gives this quarterback additional weapons, and it's just going to make this offense even more difficult to stop.
A tight end, his first career NFL touchdown. Do you remember yours?
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I could recall it like it was yesterday, Mike. We were up Sunday night, primetime game, Lambeau Field against Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers. And the previous play, Brian Urlacher recovered a fumble probably around the 20, 25-yard line. Brian Greasy was our quarterback for Chicago, and the ensuing play threw it up to the left corner of the end zone. And, Mike, guess who called the game? None other than the legendary John Madden.
In downfield, he's got Schultz, the tight end. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down. Now Stroud. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up third down. Stroud. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last two drives, same story. Continuing to drive, you have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline, and that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Oh, ready.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight, there's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Tonight.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Stroud.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Look the hot, look the hot. Here we go, let's go.
On 2nd down, Stroud. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. That'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
11.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He'll go right back to Myers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Chicago. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Dragons will add 1 more onto their big lead. Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Oh, ready?
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. So we're at halftime here on Sunday Night Football. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Hi, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action, Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Here's 3rd and 7.
All right.
Stroud going to set up to throw. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Now Carlson to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Dragons stretch things out even further. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30.
Here we go.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw. To the left side, caught by Schultz. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
All right.
Stroud to throw here on first down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Here we go.
In motion now, it's Collins. Now a toss play, running left. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. To throw, it's Stroud. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. A handoff here, up the middle. And it'll be brought down shy of the 35, but that is good enough to move the sticks.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Open man, left side. He's got it. He'll get out of bounds. A gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. In motion is Hill. Back to throw. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. Still going inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Dragons. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Carlson now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dragons add on to their already sizable lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's 2nd and 9. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. They pick up 17 through the air. It's good for a Texans first down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Jacorian Bennett. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Here we go, Shaq. Go.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. In motion is Hill. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there, probably the best possible outcome.
And they'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the first down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he's in. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Chicago. And another score puts them in great shape here in the 4th quarter. Greg, looks like they are on their way to 3 games and 3 wins.
And they say the only thing better than being 2-0, Mike, is being 3-0. And barring something unforeseen here down the stretch, they're going to get their 3rd straight victory to start this season. Can't ask for a much better start, and this is going to give them a real good opportunity late in the season to find themselves in pretty good position.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
In motion now, it's Collins. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31.
Here we go. Let's go.
McBride is the motion man. Here's the toss as they look to run. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's touchback. To the ground, a 1st down run. And a nice run there. He'll get 9 yards, marked with the 29. 2nd and a yard. Man in motion here is Tucker. Now a throw here. It's backwards. He might be looking to throw this across midfield. Shot out of a cannon. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. A big play on that one. 35 yards. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Dragons. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
One of the key factors for having success in the run game, Mike, is winning at the point of attack. And what that means is every play, the linemen and all the blockers, they understand where the back is going to start and then where the back could end up. And having a good understanding of that and how it pertains to the defense is how you gain your advantage to have big plays like this.
Great run after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24. On 1st down, it's Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
So the ball's still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal.
Why, Tony?
Stroud. That one taken in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans will get just a bit closer. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Daniil Hunter, pass rusher extraordinaire, in action again. Now, faking the give. He's got Myers on the completion. Now a 3rd and 2. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this. I'm not even sure really how to classify. I mean, to have this type of lead in the 4th quarter and still continue to air it out. Tell you what, I'm going to pay attention to this after the game coach's handshake. I think could be pretty interesting.
Here we go, Shaq. Check out.
He'll drop to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. A short one here, caught by McBride. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it'll be 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, a man wide open. It's Myers. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take it. I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't, and they get nothing on the extra point. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll go play action with Stroud. Toward the sideline. That's caught by Dell. In motion now, it's Collins.
Hey, south.
On 2nd down, Stroud. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down for Houston.
This guy's really starting to roll now. I mean, his involvement in the passing game just continues to pick up. And until the defense identifies him as a pass threat, I expect this quarterback to keep looking his way.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for our visitors. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everyone.
Ay, wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought it. New crib psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Yeah, straight out the Lennox. That phone for hours. I'm straight out the minutes. They calling up Dion. Straight out the business. We take out the Sims and then take out percentage. Period, break out the minutes from capital M. Now we straight out the sentence. They pay out the payout. I'm finished. Then grade out the Lakers. The Bay watch the women. I curse. Gon' meet your mate. Lord, please don't save them. Minor bumps as I've been paving the road. I go to sleep, go major. Silver too, but I've been playing for gold. The metal keep close range. I Cleaned up, still dangerous. Can't change West Philly raised. Wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings, yeah. Got my stats up, I'm living out my dreams, yeah. Stretch this condo, I can fit a limousine, yeah. Ain't that... This be my tunnel music. They cut that confetti and run it.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button and let the time. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by I'm moving the bricks. You talk about now we're doing it quick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I copy chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad or sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with. And quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Front yard yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring them out, bring them out.
broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock. Right now I got two shaky hands, only one way to stop. And I haven't touched it for 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly up, already wanna quit quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was. Never thought I'd say this.
Hello, my name's Jason.
And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay